When I was growing up, it was a big thing around here to have cake parties and different stuff, this is where everybody was coming together getting drunk. So I went from smoking pot to drinking, and then by the time I was out of high school, I was shooting cocaine, and I was kind of used to it, to where I was learning to be a sociable, functioning drug addict. One day we were sitting on the back porch, and I didn't want to go to church no more. Grandpa was like, "Kevin, you can be a good man in life and not go to church, and you can be a godly man and not be in a church." So I thought, well, as long as I'm a good guy and I ain't out here robbing people or lying to people or doing things wrong, then it would be okay, in case I did stand before God, then He might give me credit for being a good person. A few years ago, my brother died of cirrhosis. I was in a pretty bad spot. I watched him take his last breath. I had to do hospice with him. I was getting to the point that I was getting suicidal. I was getting high by myself and, didn't want to live. I just lost my only friend that more than a friend. He's my brother, but, not too many people say this. Your older brother is your best friend growing up, and he was always there for me. Even when I was at my worst, I always had him I could call or talk to or, be with. And I didn't have it no more. And then when I caught myself in a bad way, then, I was being drawn to read my Bible. These are my stories, but written, different names and different time. But these are still my stories. They're similar to my life. And I understood why they say it's a living word. Because it's just as much alive in your life, his life, my life, as it was theirs then. It's just replayed. I was being drawn to read the Bible, but yet I was still doing drugs, and I wasn't hearing what God was trying to tell me. And God's telling me to get baptized, and He'd take care of this. I didn't even know what take care of it was. Couldn't find nobody to do it. I stopped by my cousin, Sammy Patrick's. I asked him to baptize me, and he said he would. He'd come up, and I asked him, I said, "Man, you ain't even told me what baptism's for." He just told me about washing away your sins and, making a covenant with God. And for the first time in my 30-some plus years of being a drug addict, I could be around drugs and not want them. I was watching Amazing Facts on TV, and when they offered the free Bible school, I was like, man, I need to take this because I can't get confirmation through nobody. But then when I was done, I wrote Pastor Doug. About a few weeks later, Pastor Burt contacted me and said that Pastor Doug off TV had reached out to him saying I was looking for a church. So God done had this in the works, and I'm so grateful for it.
I know that God rescued Kevin Elkins for Kevin Elkins, but He also rescued Kevin Elkins so that He could use him to save more. He, working alongside our Bible instructor, Ramon Gibbs, they have gone to the culture that Kevin has come out of. And Kevin, because of his relationships in that culture, has been able to open doors that we would otherwise not have been able to go through. So that's been a major blessing.
If God can come into my life and He can take drugs out of mine, He can turn my life around and make me into another person, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm still me, but He's took all the wrong out, I guess you could say. And He's changed my life around and gave me joy that I've never had. And I know that if He could do it for my life, He could do it for anybody.